So once again, where does the shadow come from? Where do we come from? What is the importance of the soul? Is there a scientific model or theory that says that you can be more than what you even imagine you could be because of who you are? And one of the things that I want to get clear when I'm bringing this conversation to the masses, to the collective, is that when we talk about a person that is enlightened, the ways for which you get things done is pretty much the same across the board. When we lower our way of thinking, then the way that we get things done could be any type of way. So if you wanted to have something that was successful and somebody said, all right, we have this product. Well, what's the price? It's all different types of prices. What's the size of it? All different types of sizes. You would be somewhat confused on what that business was even about. But if you said we got hamburgers and we selling them for $2.99, well, that's pretty straightforward, straight to the point. And that's what it means to have a soul. But when we are in the spiritual community, when we are in humanity, they're going to tell you a million different things. And so what happens is that you're going to be a million different ways of confused. But if we wanted to understand spirituality from a holistic, and I'm about to explain this, but and it might not make sense now, but I promise you it's going to make sense, because if it didn't make sense, then why is this the way? Why is spirituality the same way all over the world? In reference to shamanism, in reference to, before the internet, there were still spiritualists all over the country. They wasn't on the internet sending messages back and forth, but somehow they managed to carry these traditions through lifetime, like the gods and the goddesses and the spirits and the demons and the angels. These entities and energies just live on, through culture, through civilization. You have Orishas, that's saints, and saints, that's Orishas, but also the Neteru of Egypt. And it's all just this big thing. And all of these spirits just exist throughout time. How is this possible? Because it all represents the same thing. So no matter, and this is very key, it's 2025, artificial intelligence, technology, everybody has got this great big scheme on what life is, but the funny part about it is only simple mathematics. It's only one way to, eat a Reese's Pieces. And this is because if you look at the Big Bang, which is a theory that I ascribe to, makes a lot of sense to me, that before everything existed as a singularity, as one thing. And then the Big Bang happened and everything expanded. Everything is expanding. This is entropy. Entropy is everything decays. If you have milk in the refrigerator, eventually the milk is going to go bad. That's entropy. If you don't put it in the refrigerator, it's going to go bad faster. If you put it under heat, it's going to go bad even faster. So this is entropy. This is the way of the world, because the world is always expanded. Things can't stay the same forever. Life changes. But just because life changes doesn't mean that your ways of being a spiritual being changes. So with all of these technological advances, you can stay on your square and be way more powerful than any quantum computer, because you understand how this shit works. So temperature, heat, all of this is a result of the expansion. So all of the universe started from absolutely nothing. And I have an article that explains what I'm saying in a little bit more of a concise way. But everything that we see here in the world today came from nothing. But when we talk about that nothing is actually something, that nothing is your soul. For the average person, the soul is nothing. It don't matter to people because it's nothing. You can't see it. But if you had a flat screen TV, if you bought your kids a PS5, they like they about to cry with excitement, so happy. You got her a new iPhone, so happy. But when we talk about the soul, it's like, interesting. But the soul is how you going to get through all of these obstacles, because when we talk about the physical world, it is completely non-physical. We just think it's physical. But when we deal with our soul, we can change this thing like that. So what is happening is that the world is constantly, forever expanding. Everything is always expanding except your soul. Your soul is right the same as it has always been. And this is the nature of spirituality, tapping into that which is within you. But once again, is it easy to tap into the soul? No, because you feel so much. You mad so much. You traumatized so much. You so caught up in what's going on the external because it's constantly expanding. It's constantly changing. It's constantly shifting. It's like a light show. Or it's like your favorite TV show on Netflix. You just watching it, letting life pass you by. But really, the real show is on the inside, but you got to get through it. And that is the purpose of shadow work. So this article is from Scientific America. It was written in May 24th, 2023. And it's saying that the Big Bang model of the universe begins with the singularity. But the reality of the singularity is that it has never ended. The singularity lives right now in me, you, your mama, your kids, everybody that's walking on this earth, living, transitioned into the afterlife. They still are a part of the singularity. And this is the nature of shadow work, to get you to a single point of reference of what you truly are, which is absolutely nothing. You see how it's kind of confusing, but you got to sit with it. You have to go through the processes, and what makes it something is all of your emotions, all of your trauma, everything of how you feel, everything of what you desire. You have to be something, quote unquote. But the reality of the singularity, the reality of the soul, the reality of who you truly are, once you transition out of the body, this singularity or nothing X's out the body. And when that nothing X's out the body don't even can't even exist no more. Everything that the body was, it decomposes. So the body is not the singularity. The singularity or the soul exists within the body. So this reading is the Big Bang model of the universe begins with the singularity, a point that appeared out of nothing and contained the precursors of everything in the universe in a region so small that it had essentially no size at all. They are talking about the soul. They are talking about the singularity. So the singularity is your shadow or soul. And the reason why you can have anything that you want, especially if you write it down, especially if you're going to assist yourself, assist the body into getting what you want, is because your soul is connected to the infinite potential of all things. Everything that ever was and ever will be exists in you right now today. And if that don't get you excited, I very well believe that nothing will get you excited on a long-term spiritual level. The purpose of spiritual development is for you to figure out this point within yourself. But if you mad about your baby dad or your baby mom, or you didn't graduate high school on time, you got held back in the 7th grade, that has nothing to do with the infinite potential. And a lot of it is culture, family, friends, society, all of these particular things that make you think that this is who you are, when in fact the shadow or the soul is who you really are. When that body disappears, when you get away from that family, When you get out that relationship, when your kids go off to college and you sitting with yourself, you might have a chance to realize that, damn, I'm the infinite potential. I ain't even these kids' parents like I thought I was. I ain't even in this relationship like I thought I was. I'm not even connected to this family like I thought I was. I'm actually connected to everything. So once again, your mind is either connected to the ego, which is the persona, which is the mask. If you want to read deeper about this, is going to be in your shadow workbook. It's going to explain the persona. But the persona, if you look up the etymology of the persona, it just simply means a mask. So if you wore a mask on Halloween, and then here it is, December 29th, you calling yourself Wonder Woman, we might have to check you into a mental health hospital. But yet and still, the reality of it is if your parents name you Shaniqua Jenkins, and here it is, you 35 years old, and you still think you Shaniqua Jenkins. See, it used to be regular for spiritual people to have a spiritual awakening and say, oh, my name is Ra Patah Banah. And I'm getting my name changed legally. Now it's almost to the point where people want to figure out how to make it so that their mask is the best mask out of all of the people that wear masks. This is how you want to utilize spirituality. So if you're trying to be a better human, if you're trying to be a better cup and not have better water in the cup, then this conversation will completely escape you. Because you're trying to figure out how to wear a mask better. And I don't know how you could wear a mask better. It's that store. What's the Halloween store? It's only open during the Halloween. Spirit. It's only open certain times of the year. At this point, you Amazon, I don't know, the sex store somewhere, get you the right costume. I don't know, but I want you to be authentic. More or less, it would be the best to throw the mask completely away and get into the person that's actually wearing the mask. Because the mask is the mask, is the party is the party. You're going to dance, you're going to drink, you're going to meet somebody. This is life. Oh, I'm in a relationship. I'm so happy. We got kids and we're gonna just be at the party. And niggas will go have the same routine. Such and such throwing a party, going to the party, dancing. Oh, how y'all been doing? Oh, we've been doing all right. Family reunion. Where's the family reunion this year? North Carolina. We all wearing matching shirts and shit. If that's the level that you're trying to get to in your life, this conversation gonna escape you. Because it's just a party. I don't like to party. I like to have a good time. I don't like to party. I want to be connected to the infinite potential. I want to have complete control over my destiny. I don't want the fact that I got to make other people happy. Think about this. I have to spend a large percentage of my time making people happy just so I can figure out my place in the world. That don't make sense. You have full control on what your life is because you are alive. You might not be able to see it because it's not to be seen. It's invisible. So therefore it is hidden. Since it is hidden, it is your shadow. You need to find that. If you signed up for this class, you interested in your infinite potential. Maybe you don't know it or not, but I'm telling you, if you're interested in what I got to offer, you also infinite and living your life to its fullest potential, and you're going to find it within yourself. You're not going to sign up. You're not going to find it nowhere else. You're going to find it deep within yourself.